Well, Little Richard he was really the one who taught me. That's why I actually learned off those records, Little Richard and Carl Perkins and Jerry Lee Lewis and all those guys before I got into folk music. I had known that scene, and then it really wasn't happening. You know, after Elvis went in the Army, and Little Richard was went into the monastery.
Yeah, it was over by that time.
It was over. Folk music at that time was sort of like really sort of exploded as the only thing to do, you know. And I had never heard much of it before growing up, except the country stuff, you know, Bill Monroe or Carter, Stanley Brothers, and all that kind of stuff. You know, I'd heard that, and Hank Williams, but I never was really exposed to the folk singers like, you know, Doc Boggs. And,
the real ethnic kind of things.
Roscoe Holcomb and those guys.
Tell me, as you switch gears, as you did many times from folk music to rock music, country, and then to Saved and those kind of records, they always seem to bring along some criticism, some sense of betrayal from some part of the audience or the media. Were you conscious of it, and did it bother you at all?
Well, it always bothers you to be treated unfairly, you know, and I've felt I've received a lot of that from the so-called rock music press, you know, and there's no doubt that it hurts you. You know, it hurts you at the box office, you know. But I don't know. I've managed to kind of go through that all and come out the other side of it now. And you get so like if it just keeps happening or it doesn't happen, you just kind of get used to it after a while. But music is an immense thing, you know. It's not really one thing or another. I mean, most real good performers, you can hear all kinds of music in their music. You know, most performers who are rock solid, you know, I mean, you can hear country and rock and roll and gospel and, you know, whatever have you. You can hear it all in their voices or in their musical instruments or whatever. So I don't feel that anybody really, in actuality, is really bound down by any one thing.
Are there people, does it bother you or is it frustrating that people sometimes want to lock you into their memories of the 60s?
Well, you know, it's like Paul from Jefferson Airplane, Paul Kantor,
yeah.
You know, if you can remember anything about the 60s, you weren't really there. You know, and that's really pretty much correct on it. I can't imagine people making such a big fuss over the 60s. Unless things are so dull now that they just have to, you know, think of some time where times were better. But if you think back, I mean, it wasn't really that much better. You know, I mean, it was tougher in so many different ways. You know, I mean, I'm not really a nostalgic person, so I just don't buy into the '60s thing like a lot of people seem to do.
Is it difficult being Bob Dylan, dealing with this celebrity and adulation?
Well, yeah, to a degree, but not any more than being George Michael or you know, I mean, that, you know, it's just what happens, I guess. It's just one of them things, you know. You can't really complain about being whoever you are, you know. You just got to make the most of it, you know, and that's all that can be expected of you.